Namaskar. Today we'll study myometrial stimulants and myometrial relaxants or oxytocics and tocolytics. So before that, let us know what is your myometrium. So this is your female reproductive organ. So this is ovary and ovum is released from here, and this is your fallopian tube, and this is vagina, and the sperm enters here through cervix, and the fertilization of ovum and the sperm can occur. However, the implantation will occur inside the uterus, and here the development of the baby will be there. And when there will be contraction of this uterus, the baby will come out through this vagina. So this uterus, the outer layer is your perimetrium, then we have your myometrium, and the inner lining is your endometrium. So in the menstrual cycle, the menstruation occurs because this endometrium degenerates after each cycle. So if there will be no implantation here, if there will be no fertilization, there will be no pregnancy, the no fertilization of ovum with any sperm, then this outer lining of endometrium degenerates and comes out through vagina as your menstrual fluid, and menstrual cycle occurs. So this myometrium contraction is required when the baby is to be pushed through the vagina to outside. So then that means myometrial contraction is required for your parturition, and myometrial relaxation will prevent your parturition. So the myometrial stimulants, also known as oxytocics, and the hormone is oxytocin. This is the posterior pituitary hormone, and it induces or augments the labor. So when the uterine muscle is not functioning adequately, oxytocin can increase the myometrial contraction, and we can use for the treatment of postpartum hemorrhage. Then ergometrin is an ergot alkaloid release, that is your claviceps purpurea, and this also causes uterine contractions with an increase in basal tone, and this can also be used for treatment of postpartum hemorrhage. So if patients don't respond to ergometrin, then we can give your prostaglandin analogs like carbopost for treatment of postpartum hemorrhage, dinoprostone, which is an analog of prostaglandin E2, and dinoprostone is used for premature abortion, to cause abortion. So extra amniotic route, we can use it for late therapeutic abortion in the second trimester. So we can divide the pregnancy into 3 trimesters. In the second trimester, you can use dinoprostone to cause abortion, or we can also use in the form of vaginal gel, which will ripen the cervix and induce labor. So we can use prostaglandin analogs to induce your myometrial contraction and induce abortion. And the prostaglandin analog in combination with your antiprogestogen, that is mifepristone and gemiprost combination, can be used up to 63 days of gestation to terminate pregnancy. Then a combination of oxytocin and ergometrin can also be used for management of third stage of labor or prior to surgery to control bleeding due to incomplete abortion. We can use oxytocin and ergometrin. So if there is incomplete abortion, and that we can control the bleeding by combination of oxytocin and ergometrin. Then we'll discuss myometrial relaxants. They are called as tocolytics. So they will relax the myometrium, the uterine smooth muscle. So we can use oxytocin antagonists like atosiban, and we can also use beta 2 receptor agonists, which will cause the relaxation of myometrium, like ritodrine. So ritodrine is mostly commonly used to delay preterm labor. If there is preterm labor, then we can delay that by use of ritodrine. That's all about myometrial contractions and myometrial relaxations. Thank you.